Alright, so we're going to take a flight out of Fayetteville, and check out Fayetteville a little bit, and some places I know, and see what they all look like in the game. So here we go. Killing off our brakes, changing our perspective to external. Yeah, getting this squared away where I like it. And accelerating. And full flaps because it works pretty well on this plane. It's a bit of an ultralight. It's not a true ultralight, but it's a sporty plane. Maneuvers well. Once we get up close to 60, we're gonna get lift. Gear away, and we are heading due south, so we're going to make our rudder turn to the right, primarily rudder. Resist roll where possible. We're handing off our, so this is 71B. We're handing off our radio traffic to AI. No real reason to handle that right now. Quite a bit of AI has gone into this game to generate the various structures. People aren't actually going through and spending the time. It's all based on satellite imagery. Good approximation. I'm recognizing a lot of things, some factories, there's a jail out this way. We're going to kill off some of our throttle here. Stay out of the yellow. If you go to the west there, that takes you into the main interstate, I-49. We're going to stay on 71B for a minute. We're passing farther to the left, Washington County Jail, Tyson's factory, Mexican Original, or something along those lines. Got a good pace so far. Off to the left, there's a larger factory that's off next to Bomb Stadium. So Bomb Stadium might be the first interesting location we could go look at. Flap up a little bit to maintain lift without speed. So there's the stadium. You can tell by the odd looking moat. Satellite imagery is a little bit older as they've started the construction on the side of that stadium now. Passing over MLK. Got our soccer fields and softball fields and practice football team. Coming over the main Razorback Stadium, which looks like they've spent a little less time on how that gets represented, but looks like there was probably a game day when they took those pictures. A lot of cars coming over the UA campus. Dixon Street on our right. So, passing over the square, gonna make a circle back around. You can see college, school. Switch over right there, back with MLK again. So the parking lots around the square, there's the old post office directly below. And Dixon. The main campus itself, the green space. Parts of the details you can't quite see. 3D does a pretty good job to give you approximations. I expect that some of these things will be improved as they can be focused on, but the build out of the town as a whole with relatively no direct impact is pretty neat. Come down through here, passing over the Arborest branch. Mojo's. We've got some of the apartments on the right. Some of the agri fields coming up. Definitely agri on the right, main building on the left. Fairgrounds should be up here. Coming up on I-49. Fairgrounds below us, I believe. Gas station. Sam's Club parking lot and the Northwest Auto Mall. Car wash. And our big outdoor movie theater. Van Ash. On our right, we can't see it yet, Washington Regional. So that Razorback .90, that might be where they've got it tagged for hella traffic. Need a little more power. So below us is some of the new buildings they had built, new residential JJs behind us. Academy directly below us, I believe, and then Malco, Walmart. Directly in front of us would be the mall. Fayetteville Lake, directly ahead. So that's a fun thing we can go ahead and do. Fill off my power here. Give me some flappage. Locomotion. Got Lowe's right before it. Trying to kill out some of the speed and throttle. So potentially create some friction by wobbling. Alright, we should be good to land now. Easily, softly. And so just wanted to do a touchdown for the sake of doing it. The really neat thing is this is all at real time. You could have made this flight at this point in 10 minutes. So now we're coming in through Johnson. Gonna head on out past Johnson onto 112. Gonna head south down to my old house, do a flyover, and head up north. Look at Bentonville. I believe might be 112, although it looks like they've populated it as a larger road than it is, or it might be 540. I'm not quite sure where I am yet. Yeah, that's I-49 coming back around to Sam's Club, and directly in front of us is the movie theater. Directly below us, Grassroots Landscaping and Van Ash. So turn outwards from here with the rudder mostly. Try to avoid roll as much as possible. Can't remember the name of that subdivision, but I know new construction. And then coming up on my old neighborhood, Howard Nickel Road. Flap it up a little. We got our self-storage out here. Salem self-storage. Directly below me, that's Salem. That's where I picked up my U-Haul to move. But right on the corner was my old house. Come back around, do a flyby, and then head north. Do a fly around and then land out at Northwest Arkansas Regional Airport International. Alright, directly below me, that's the old house. Alright. So now, Not much to see relative on the rest of the way. So we'll flap up a little bit and get a little bit of altitude until we get Fayetteville. I believe below us would be U of A's favorite golf course. Just to our right, side 49. So if we were to say straight, we would stay on 112 rather, and on our right is I-49. Trying to gain a little bit of altitude just for speed's sake. This plane can get up to 15,000 feet. The Icon A5 has the full plane parachute. Directly below us, the Naturals, in Springdale. So we'll be coming up on sunset very shortly. The lake in Elm Springs, another great landing destination for an amphibious plane. Shopping center right next to Crackle Barrel. Ooh, that's fun. Says I've lost internet connection. That's unlikely, but probably something with the game being so new. Still recording and the game still responsive. Going 80 miles an hour at 4,200 feet means you get up to Bentonville quite quickly. We're coming up on Lowell right now, on the right of my wing. And we're starting to pop up our main markers for airline traffic. I'm not quite sure what it's called in Bentonville, but that may be the regional airport versus the international airport, right off of Southwest Regional Airport Boulevard. So, in theory, could do a touch and go there. The game now shows me reconnected to their server. And all that strip mining they did right around that connection through just north of Elm Springs. So I think that would be about the right math of 3.5 nautical miles as the crow flies from Elm Springs to the Bentonville Airport. Plenty of fuel, use 7%, it's a 10-gallon tank, and flying airtime of 20 minutes. for what would be probably the equivalent of a little less than a gallon. It'd be interesting to see what water does appear within Bentonville to land on. It's always an easier landing on this kind of a craft versus here. Assuming you have the right distance to take back off again. Nice thing though is that these wings do retract, so someone could come pick you up in a trailer in real life. Scale back our speed a little bit. We don't really need that moving forward. Rely a little bit more on flaps if we need to produce a little bit of extra lift. So let's see. It doesn't quite look like the right spot for the Bentonville airport, so I'm assuming that's something a little bit south. Directly ahead maybe the Bentonville Regional Airport. The landmarks seem to be a little more appropriate for that, so that would have been down in Rogers, that other airfield, South Rogers. Yeah, there we go, Bentonville Municipal. I think I'll attempt to touch and go, just to gauge its length of field, and also how they've represented it here. Take back off, take a loop of Bentonville, Crystal Bridges, the Momentary. Do notice the school and the activity center that was built out this way. So we're going to throttle way down and flap up, gear down. Use my glide from my current altitude to carry us on in. Should be more than sufficient to keep us airborne. If we've got any crosswind, seems pretty mild. It has been a beautiful day in Arkansas, and that has been reflected within the game. One of the very unique parts of the game. You can always make it seem a little choppier or clearer if you want that. So directly to the right is that new activity center, and I'm just intentionally bleeding off some airspeed and altitude. I was cruising well above 4,000, 2,400, and my joystick is a little bit wonky. I need a replacement, but full flap with engine completely killed, I should be able to land well within that stretch of space. Just do kind of the same technique I did to get us slowed down for the lake before. Like I said, I might do a touch and go just for simplicity's sake. Get the brakes ready, level us out. and full throttle. You're up. Flaps retract. Flying over their new Fayetteville Brewing is Walmart headquarters before it moves. Super Center across the street. Momentary should be on our right, but I'm not sure if they've got satellite data that reflects the new updates to that. Coming around the square. Directly below us, I believe, is going to be Crystal Bridges. Honestly, haven't ever seen it from this angle, but yes, that's it. The children's hands-on adventure Amazium back there. So that's the major points in town. We'll fly back through Bentonville and land out at the major airport. Go back our throttle a little bit. We would be right at a gallon of fuel usage at this point. So a highly effective, or efficient, I should say, plane. A high school off to our left, you can see it's filled. Flying over downtown as we speak. A Street below us. I believe to the left would be where the Momentary is. It's kind of hard for me. I'm not quite sure what it looks like from the air. Try to avoid Bentonville Municipal Airport airspace for the most part. Go down through Centerton. Since I'm going this way, I've got some friends that live out this way. Actually, this major road on the right is, you would stay on Central, it'll take you back out. Go north on that, you'll get into Hiwassee. Going a little hot right now. Pull back that throttle a bit. Below us, it's the school out here off of that road that takes you off of Central, like I was talking about. Subdivision, third house from the end here. I'll take a low dive here so people, oh, don't want to go too fast though. Third house back, I believe, is my friends. Yeah, I'll get some more engine. And then flying around and through Tater Black area. As we continue this way, 102. and continuing a little further down Southwest Regional Airport Boulevard. We're going to track in pretty much through the new construction out down Southwest Regional. The game should hand me off to Northwest Regional Tower, if it hasn't already, fairly soon. I think within 4 nautical miles, roughly. You'll see the Walmart distribution center off to the left. Passing it as we speak there. Some of the new neighborhoods that are probably constructed now directly below us, but where everything is being structured out. Put back our power a bit. We'll come in from the north. Get on a flight path for that. Obviously there is about 200% of the air strip that I actually need, designed for much larger planes than what I'm about to set down there. Try to not land too far up that I would have to taxi for an hour. Passing the airport's closest hotel. Coming in essentially for final approach. A little bit closer than you would do in real life. Probably would have swung in from a good mile north, if not 2 miles north, before entering this flight trajectory. Taxi is on the far left. Up to full 30%, flaps. We'll choose the inner runway. Give ourselves gear. Again, bleeding some airspeed off on purpose. Try to land somewhere midway. Get ready with our brakes. And then I could have landed right on the strips, but I'm going to intentionally just kind of ride it out. As the beauty of these ultralights is you can extend that landing a little bit on purpose. And you would want to get a little bit more down towards the tower there. And I'm not even going to apply brakes. I'm going to use that extra to get me closer to the actual ramps and everything. I'm going to take this turn here going about 15. And it'll bleed a lot of my power off when I do this turn. We'll just act like right in front of us is the best place to park. Get ready with my brakes. Looks like I got a work crew on there. Let's go park next to them. Bring me a fuel truck. And that would do it. Well, hope y'all enjoyed watching. It's kind of fun seeing what AI can do. Not a single person has been in here designing any part of this, including the airport. This has all been done by satellite imagery and AI. Pretty special. Thank you.